gone by. I have been working from my desk most of the day, but as you can maybe tell, we're on the couch again. I get so very tired in the afternoon. I don't know if it's because my tea has worn off or just what, but come like 4:30-ish, 4 o'clock, 4:30, I am just like dragging. But you might know what this is. If you don't, it's my trigger shot. So let's unbox it together. It said that it was supposed to be delivered today, so I knew it was coming at some point. I just didn't know when. So it came with some just general, I think this is just general pharmacy information. I don't think this is, yeah, this is just about the pharmacy. This is what I paid. This is how to use the sharps container. So this is just basic general information too. Looks like everything is in the box. It did come with like a pretty big sharps container. So this is the lid for the sharps container. It is so big. The last time it was like a teeny tiny little thing. This is the sharps container. This is the drawing needle. This is why it's so much bigger. This is the one that I will use to draw the medicine in. This is the needle that will actually be used. So it's much smaller. And then we have the medication itself, which is Pregnol. I think this is the exact same medicine that I used last time. That's good to know. There are no instructions though, at all. There are two vials. I guess they have to be mixed. Oh, gosh, I don't remember. The last time we did this, it was so long ago. I hope this is instructions. I have no instructions. Description, warnings, precautions. Okay, no instructions. Cool. There's nothing in the box other than this sharps container. Absolutely no instructions, so I'm gonna probably have to call. I don't know. Luckily, I do have my appointment on Monday just to go in and get my levels checked. So I'll ask them on Monday about how I need to do this because I don't remember and I'm gonna need help with it. Well, it's official. I just took my last Letrozole and I feel pretty good. I haven't been feeling like terrible like I thought I was going to. The worst thing that I think I'm having is like the hot flashes, but other than that, been pretty good. Now we just wait until Monday for the recheck and hope all is well. Good morning. It's more like good afternoon. It's literally 12 o'clock. I have just been working and on meetings, so I haven't really gotten the chance to vlog since waking up this morning, but hello, good morning. It is Thursday, and it is the day after I took my last Letrozole pill. I woke up with a headache. I still have a headache, and I think it might be from not drinking enough water, so I filled this up. This is my Hydro Flask 40 ounce. So I'm gonna try to drink 2 of these today, minimum. But so far, I just have a headache and I have a lot of like weird nasal congestion. Like I have a lot of like pressure in my sinuses, which I didn't have before, and a lot of like neck tension, which I didn't have before. So I don't know if it's just because of the heightened estrogen, but just what I'm dealing with right now. I did end up taking a ovulation test last night because I just want to make sure that we don't miss my peak, but it was like barely had a second line, so I know that I'm not close to my ovulation yet, which is a really good sign because it's supposed to be next week. Again, I have my recheck on Monday where they'll do blood work and an ultrasound to check the follicles, so that's exciting. I don't think I shared with you guys my results from my last appointment, but I wanted to share that with you. I think I had like 22 follicles on the left side and 20 on the right. Let me get in my portal and I'll show you. I also got my ultrasound images. These images were from my last appointment. So the lining was at 2.68 millimeters. This is a image of my right ovary. It had a count of 20 follicles. And then this is a count of my left ovary, and it had a count of 22 follicles. Still having very high counts of follicles, which is great. This was the results of everything. So I had 22 on the left that were lower than 10 millimeters and 20 on the right that were lower than 10 millimeters. And my endometrial lining was measuring at 2.7 of the thickness. My progesterone was a 0.547 and the estrogen levels were 40.10. So that is considered my baseline. And then when I go in on Monday, it will hopefully be really, really high, and it will be the sign that we need to go ahead and trigger and schedule the IUI and just, I'm ready. Like, let's go. Let's get this thing going. Feeling all of the symptoms today, which I mean is to be expected. I've been on 5 days of Letrozole, so definitely feeling it. I'm hungry, I've got a headache, I'm dizzy, and I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. I'm so tired. Even after having my tea this morning, I'm just so tired. And it's 3 o'clock, which is about the time that I've been getting tired daily. So at least we're consistent. So since it is a Thursday, I typically would have gone to yoga tonight, but I'm just trying to take it really easy. The medication has me cramping really bad and just not feeling 100%. So I decided I'm going to do some gentle yoga at home, probably just a little 15-minute yoga session like I did on Tuesday, just something to stretch and move my body a little bit without the high impact of like an hour yoga session or even going to the gym in general. It's Friday. Today we're starting the day a little bit different. I wanted to go ahead and take an ovulation test and start tracking my ovulation. My window is supposed to open on Sunday, so I want to just track it and make sure that we don't miss it. This was taken a couple nights ago, and as you can see, it's like super, super low. So I'm just going to test again to make sure I track my LH, and when we do the trigger shot, obviously it's going to go like crazy high. I like to have that data. So we're going to be using the Easy at Home and just figuring it out. Okay, the test is running and it looks pretty similar to the other test. Just a slight bit darker. It hasn't finished running yet, but you can see the line there. That's good. This is exactly what I want to see because I want to track it from like no LH to the LH surge and then back down after the trigger. So this is good. Okay, so if you can see, we are still reading low at 0.15, which is good. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Make sure there hasn't been any changes. I just don't want to miss it so that I can do the trigger shot and really get everything like perfectly timed out. Good evening. It has been the entire day. It is a little after 10 now and I'm getting ready to go to bed. This is the second test today that I'm going to be taking. This was Thursday's test is on top. This morning test is on bottom, and I have one running, so I just want to see where that little line is just to make sure that we're still on track with everything. I think I was explaining earlier today, whenever I took my other one, I just want to track my ovulation so that I know exactly where I'm at with everything. I forgot to set a timer. Set a timer for 2 minutes. The line is definitely getting a little bit darker just as we go. So it is looking to be right on track for Monday with my ovulation window opening and triggering sometime next week. Almost time. It should be just about time. I have 30 seconds left, so I'm just going to go ahead and take a picture of the test. It hasn't dried yet, but this is what it's looking like. You can see that line. It's obviously not dark, but that's good. That's not what I want. I don't want it to be dark yet, but it does look like it's getting darker. And this is saying that it is a 0.13, and this morning it was a 0.15, so it's a little bit lower than it was this morning. I might wait for it to dry up a little bit more before recording that one, because I can see the line better with my eyes than the picture can, or the camera rather. That's so weird. Now it's recording it as a 0.9, you can see over here, instead of a 0.13, so that's fine. I'm not mad that it's going down. So I tested this morning around 9 o'clock, and now I'm testing again around 10 o'clock, so about 12 hours between. And I am gonna keep the test stick itself so that I can just kind of like see it. Obviously this last test is still wet, but let me show you what I mean by my eyes can see the test a little bit better than the camera can. So see that top line? Barely visible. The middle one is still pretty visible, but that bottom one, it lines up just about. But this is what I'm trying to get the camera to see, but it just can't see it yet, so it's fine. Good morning. It's actually more like afternoon. I am in my swimsuit because we were about to go over to a friend's house to swim and to cook out and just be with them for Father's Day. But I wanted to take a ovulation test because I'm feeling very crampy and just having like, you know, those symptoms. So I decided to take one. My test line is darker than my control line. What? So I've been tracking them in the morning and in the evening just to like, you know, keep a steady eye on it to make sure we don't miss it. This is, I would say, probably the peak. So I don't know if this means that they are gonna want me to trigger or not. I mean, luckily I do see them tomorrow morning. Hopefully they'll be able to still make this cycle work for us. I really would hate for us to come this whole way and then they'd be like, oh, well, we missed it because you already ovulated or something. I don't want that to happen. But let me take a picture of this really quick and see what it thinks. This morning, it was a 0.58. which was still measuring high, and this is measuring at a 1.22. This is the highest that I've gotten, obviously, this cycle. So I actually did put them in a book this time just because I wanted to see the line progression, and I wanted to keep the physical test because sometimes I feel like the pictures don't represent them fully. But this has been the line, and this was earlier this morning, and this is right now. I need to tape it in there so you can actually get a good reading, but I'm sure you can see that. That line is so dark. Holy moly. Oh man, I hope I don't ovulate too soon for us to do this. That's my only concern, is that I'm gonna ovulate too soon and then we're not gonna be able to do the IUI because we'll have missed the time. Oh, I don't know. Hopefully we don't miss it, but nonetheless, I have an appointment tomorrow morning. Hopefully they say everything is perfect and we can do it and we don't have to worry, and I'm not gonna freak out. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna enjoy our day. I am bloating like nobody's business though. Like, oh my God, I look like I could already be pregnant. It's ridiculous. So we're back home from our friend's house and the pool and all that good stuff. We had a really good time. I have been seriously cramping though pretty much the entire day. And I told you already that I took one in the morning and it was high. It was a 0.58. I took one this afternoon and it was a 1.22. Well, I just got back home and decided to take another one and it is high 1.42. Can you see those lines? Look at that line. It is so thick. It's like, it's darker than the control line. So I was like, okay, I think I've hit my peak. Like I think my body is about to ovulate. So I decided to take out the clear blue, even though it's dying, and it indeed gave me a solid smiley face. So I think that means that I won't need to trigger since my body is already ovulating, I think. I don't know. I have my appointment tomorrow to kind of confirm this, but yeah, these are the lines from the clear blue test. Those are very, very dark. So Manny is gonna go with me tomorrow morning and we're gonna check if we need to do the IUI tomorrow. I don't know. They said potentially triggering tomorrow, but I think they anticipated me to ovulate a little later in the week. Per my app, I'm not supposed to ovulate until Friday, but per the test and what my body is doing, it seems like I'm gonna be ovulating within the next 24 to 36 hours. So yeah, I mean, it's happening. It's crunch time. I'm really glad that I started testing so I can see these definitive lines, because you can see this was the 12th and that line is very, very faint, and then you just keep going down all the way to today and that line is like, whoo, she ready. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So let's see what happens tomorrow morning.